Hey, what's up, everybody? You know, it's hard to believe, but today, as of this afternoon, that it's been 5 years for me on this current channel. 5 years. Not many can say that. But 5 years on this channel. And, you know, there's no doubt that I've had my problems in the 5 years. I've had my problems with people commenting and leaving comments that are not respectful. I've had my problems with, you know, the site itself, because at times I wasn't sure if I was unlimited like I am now. I've had 15 minutes or whatever. And also, just like anybody else, I've had the problems, basically, of not knowing whether or not something was copyrighted. Yeah. For instance, one of the parts to my recent colleague, Creative Wrestling League, DCWA King of the Deathmatch tournament, one of those long, over hour-long parts is muted. Almost hour-long parts is muted. Over an hour long parts is muted completely. Yeah, it's all muted. And you know why? Because there's 3 songs on there, and I don't know which one or not was copyrighted. Kind of confusing. But anyway, it's been 5 years as of today. It's hard to believe. Last year at this time, I was in Disneyland celebrating 5 years. Celebrating 4 years. Now it's 5. June 4th, 2008, when BW Rosas' channel debuted. Now, for anybody that must know about my history with YouTube, my history is a long and interesting and intriguing one. You see, I originally started when YouTube was starting out. YouTube, I think, was about a year or so. I think barely a year. And they were basically at that time, YouTube was basically at that time almost like a freelance site. You know, a freelance video uploading site trying to make a name for themselves, as we all know. But then, of course, came the restrictions from every single corner of the media. I remember, quite honestly, and this is the truth, I remember I had some fan vids that I did. As many of you know, I had some fan vids that I did in 2006, uploaded them onto my first channel, went out here for vacation and unexpectedly my grandfather's funeral, came back, checked my emails in Kansas, and my first channel here on the YT was gone. So, I wait until December of that year, get a new email, and basically create a channel there. The Brian the Bee Wong, I believe. And that lasts to about this day, 2008. And just like the channel before it was taken down. Now, I have no idea why it was taken down. That is still up in the air. I've had my almost 18-year-old nephew, who's going to obviously go into the service, I've had him joke around that it was him that took it down. My thought process on this is I said something about a certain site on Google, we'll call it ED, if you will, but a certain site that you can find on Google, like I said, it's an encyclopedia site, but it's short to the 2 letters you can identify it by is ED. And I said something, I guess, and ironically, it's like almost after I said that and I uploaded it, it seemed everything was okay. The following day or so, it was gone. So I don't know if it may have been them or somebody hacked into my account. I don't know. But fortunately, I learned my lesson, and being back here at that time, I had a Comcast, my current Comcast email, and I was able to use that. But learning from my mistakes, I created a Hotmail account, created BW Roses 98, and then learning from my mistakes from that, recently with Gmail, I was able to create my other one, Brian Walmer, if you will, and that channel. So I technically have the main channel, a secondary channel, BW Roses 98, and the Brian Walmer channel. And the reason I have these, well, the BW Roses 98 is my first backup channel. The Brian Walmer one, you can consider in association with Google, is like my third backup channel in case anything happens. But, you know, like I said, in 5 years, I've had some ups and downs with these guys. I've had some strikes, I've had some non-strikes. My first strike on this new channel came when I was reviewing an episode of what many consider the 2003 to about 2009 4Kids version of Ninja Turtles. Like I said, the first strike I got in this channel was when I tried to review an episode from the 4Kids TMNT series. Unfortunately, that got me in trouble, and I got a strike for that, and the video was removed. Now, another strike I got was back in October. You see, one of the things unique about this channel of mine, or was unique, was just like anybody out there, and I'm not the only one, but just like anybody out there, I would put clips from certain shows, clips like anime clips, animated clips, whatever, on my channel. And the thing is, there's a lot of people that do that. I'm not the only one. A few of these got copyrighted, which basically caused me to get my strike. And what were they? They happened to be animes of Princess Knights, character Hecate turning into a swan and a cat, and an anime called Pauline, where we had two female characters turned into trees. So, whoever the people were that got this said, you know what, you know, we need this. I really don't know what happened and how it came to be, but apparently they obviously got on YouTube about it. So by precaution, I took down several other ones as well, like my Dragon Hunter Rem clips, where she gets turned into a skeleton 2 times, and stuff like that. So I've kind of been careful about it. But I will say this, one of the things I've noticed in the 5 years that my main channel's been established is that a lot of these companies, media companies, that have been very restrictive of what YouTube can allow the users to use and upload. One thing I've noticed is they've become a little bit more lenient. In other words, because of the partnerships with YouTube, they've become a little bit more lenient, and they're not as aggressive as they used to be. I mean, they'll still come after you, but they're not as aggressive. One company I know that will come after you is WWE. How do I know this? Well, for the second week in a row, I cannot record WWE Raw. Yeah, I can't record it. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I'm not doing anything wrong. What's going on? Well, apparently I just can't record it. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what is going on, but obviously they're copy protected. And it started last week, and I don't understand why. But again, maybe I do, because lately, ever since last week, I haven't been seeing that many clips or many full show uploads of Raw lately here on the YT. Apparently that's why WWE is doing it, to prevent the full show uploadings of Raw being broadcast on YouTube. I don't know. But that's my guess. But anyway, I know they're one of them that will come after you. So I don't take any chances with that. What's funny though, is I've uploaded a few wrestling matches, but I've uploaded them because they're not associated with the WWE in any kind. One is a Taipei Deathmatch 2 between Ian and Axel Rotten, and was surprisingly, and I want to thank him for this, I have Axel Rotten himself commenting on that video. Axel Rotten himself, a guy that showed up on WWE a few times, have him commenting on that show, on that himself. That's pretty cool. And then of course I have another match. It was from Rodman Down Under between the Road Warriors and Public Enemy. And I haven't had no problems with that. And I think it's all because these are independently. These are promotions that are no longer in existence. If you know what I mean, no longer in existence. And, you know, these are just, you know, matches that were there. I mean, heck, one thing I do like to advise people at times is to be careful of what you upload, because sometimes, you know, even if you try your best to prevent a copyright issue, you're still going to probably get caught, so you got to be careful. I mean, I appreciate, and just like anybody else, I appreciate a lot of other users out there uploading what they can for people to have available, but again, you got to be careful. You really got to be careful about what you do. Anyway, though, that's one of the videos I've had people comment on, especially someone like Axel Rotten. Now, I have had my fair share of fan vids uploaded and re-uploaded from my previous channels, as well as uploaded new ones. And I've had some new ones as well being uploaded. I'm sure you've seen my Animation Hall of Fame fan vid. I did that one. And a few others. I do have one planned, hopefully by September or August. One that's been in the making for the past 2 years. One that I'm going to use a song that I've used before again, because it's obvious it works, if it works out appropriately. And it's going to basically be hopefully a fan vid that's a culmination of this whole situation going on in the Southern comic book right now. But other things, but again, besides all that, you know, like I said, I've dealt with my situations here on the YT. And again, I've dealt with my critics just like anybody else has. Sometimes the critics, as everybody knows, Zara Nizarak, like Zara Nizarak knows, Jonathan83X knows, and all of them, you know, including, you know, like Jamie Tood and Huey Toonmore and Bolt Matrix and Octobotamus, you know, they all know pretty much what I'm talking about when you have your critics. Sometimes your critics are just people that like to cause trouble. In fact, I stand by what I told Zara Nizarak in one of the package opening videos that he did of a package I sent him with a note. I basically say that the reason people like to cause trouble, comment-wise, with people like me, him, Octobotamus, Bolt Matrix, you know, Jamie Tood, Huey Toonmore, Animat, the reason they like to cause trouble with us is because the YT's not giving them what they want. In my personal opinion, what they want the YT to do is go uncensored and basically be unrestricted, let them do whatever the heck they want, let them upload whatever the heck they want, showcase what they want, and then they probably leave the YT and all its other users alone. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. And I'm sure there are others that may agree with that and may not agree with that. But to me, that's just an example of the kind of critics that myself has dealt with throughout the 5 years I've been here on the YT. 5 years, which is unbelievable. I mean, I'm 34. I'm going to be 34 this year. I was 29 when I started this channel. And it's hard to believe. Heck, I have a YouTube video on this channel of me and my nephew playing my nephew that's going to the Marines, me and him playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And his voice sounds so much different. He was going to be 13 at that time. He was just 12. He was going to be 13. I mean, Just imagine it. Just imagine how much has changed through all that. Just imagine it. You know, to me, these past 5 years have been great, and I thank YouTube. I want to throw a thank you out to the people at YouTube and Google for allowing me to be a part of this site for 5 years. I know, like anybody else, I've had my problems at times, and I've dealt with them. So I thank you guys at YouTube and Google for giving me this opportunity to be part of the site and upload the videos that I do. And again, it's been a great run for the past. It's been a great 5-year run, and there's going to be more to come. Much more to come. I guarantee you that. You know, there'll be one of the things you've noticed over the past few years is I've been doing a lot more unboxing videos, package opening videos. You know, and those have been great because I get to share what I got with you guys. I really do. There have been years where I've done, one of the primary stakes of my channel here is doing my reviews of the Sonic the Hedgehog comic books and stuff like that, and my monthly opinions and things like that. And believe me, when I get to working, when I get to opening those issues of this entire arc by August, you're going to have a review you're going to like. Guarantee it. It's going to be a good one. You know, overall, like I said, it's been a great 5-year run, and many more years are coming. I pray to God they will be. I mean, I've gotten to share, one of the other new things you may have noticed with this channel is I've gotten to share my church service with you. Now, you might ask yourself, okay, we've noticed that, Brian. You've done multiple parts of your church service, or you've done one full church service, maybe two-part, or one whole part. Why is it filmed the way it is? Well, I'll explain to you. You see, the reason it's filmed the way it is because it's out of privacy. That's right. I don't want my pastor to be distracted, so it's out of privacy why I do that. You can still hear the word being teached and sermoned and all that, and teached. But I do it out of respect. Do it out of respect. Now, other videos you may ask yourself, well, Brian, why do you do videos with, let's say, something in front of the camera? Because sometimes if I'm talking about, let's say, Sonic, and I have this, I don't want anybody questioning why a person with a goatee and almost a beard is talking about that on camera. That's why I also do the audio videos. So overall, it's been a great 5-year run and many more years to come. Many more years. And much more to come. I pray to God they will be coming. And before I close out, I want you guys to check out the BW Roses 98 YouTube channel and my Brian Walmer YouTube channel, courtesy of Google and Gmail. Because those are ones that will be put to use in the near future, but this one is primarily it. I mean, I have almost at 55,000 views, 55,000 videos. I mean, I'm almost at, not 55,000, but I'm almost at 5,500 videos. 55, I should say, correcting myself there. 5,500 videos, 5,500 videos. That's a lot of videos in 5 years. So, I'm close to that. Keep supporting this channel. Support the BW Roses 98 channel, the Brian Walmer channels here on YouTube. I thank you all for your support for the past 5 years, and ladies and gentlemen, we are just getting started with this channel, because there will be more to come. There will be more of my DCWA Creative Wrestling League and its events. In fact, one event that's going to be coming up, hopefully without no problems, is my DCWA June CPV Creative Wrestling Pay-Per-View Uncensored. And that's going to be a good one. That is going to be a good event. Trust me. That's coming. I mean, much more to come. The reviews will be back. The comic book reviews will be back. Believe me. They will be back. Unboxings will be continuing on. Unboxing and package openings will continue. Video reviews of Transformer figures will continue. And that's all I have to say. So ladies and gentlemen, comment below. Let me know what you guys think about this. And I will talk to you all later. Thank you for the support for the past 5 years. And there's much more to come on this channel. I promise you that.